Why emotional safety kills desire. Not because safety is bad, because safety and desire are incompatible systems. Not because wanting safety is wrong, because safety system operates opposite to desire system. Not because you failed, because you succeeded at creating safety, and safety eliminates desire. This isn't moral judgment, is mechanical observation, isn't about who's right, is about how systems function, isn't about blame, is about incompatibility. Understanding why safety kills desire requires understanding what safety is, what desire is, how they operate, why they conflict. Safety and desire aren't just different, are opposite, aren't complementary, are antagonistic, don't coexist easily, exist in tension. Most relationships start with desire, try to build toward safety, succeed at creating safety, discover desire disappeared. This pattern isn't failure, is inevitable outcome of incompatible systems, isn't mistake, is natural progression when prioritizing safety over desire, isn't problem with people, is problem with systems. Safety system and desire system operate under different principles, require different conditions, generate different outcomes. Safety system requires predictability, requires consistency, requires reliability, requires knowing, requires certainty, requires stability. Predictability means outcomes are expected. Consistency means patterns are maintained. Reliability means trust is established. Knowing means mystery is eliminated. Certainty means doubt is removed. Stability means change is prevented. All these requirements create safe environment, build secure foundation, establish reliable connection, and safe environment is valuable. Secure foundation is important. Reliable connection is meaningful, but safe environment kills desire. Secure foundation eliminates attraction. Reliable connection destroys want. Why this happens? Why safety and desire conflict? Why creating one eliminates other? Desire system operates on opposite principles from safety system, requires opposite conditions, generates opposite outcomes. Desire system requires unpredictability, requires variation, requires risk, requires unknown, requires uncertainty, requires instability. Unpredictability means outcomes are uncertain. Variation means patterns are broken. Risk means safety is threatened. Unknown means mystery is maintained. Uncertainty means doubt persists. Instability means change is possible. All these requirements create desiring environment, build attraction foundation, establish wanting connection, notice requirements, notice conflict, notice incompatibility. Safety requires predictability. Desire requires unpredictability. Safety requires consistency. Desire requires variation. Safety requires knowing. Desire requires unknown. Safety requires certainty. Desire requires uncertainty. Safety requires stability. Desire requires instability. Every requirement for safety is opposite requirement for desire. Every condition that creates safety eliminates desire. Every element that builds security destroys attraction. This isn't about choosing wrong requirements. It's about requirements being fundamentally opposed. Isn't about implementing badly. Is about systems being structurally incompatible. You can't have complete safety and complete desire simultaneously. Can't have total predictability and total attraction together. Can't have absolute security and absolute want coexisting. Must choose, must prioritize, must accept that building one diminishes other. Most relationships choose safety, prioritize security, build toward predictability, and watch desire die. Watch attraction fade, watch want disappear. This isn't because people are wrong to want safety. Because safety is valuable, security is important, predictability is meaningful. But wanting safety and achieving safety has cost. Cost is desire, cost is attraction, cost is want. Why desire dies when safety is achieved, specific mechanisms by which safety kills desire, exact processes through which security eliminates attraction. Desire requires mystery. Mystery means not knowing. Not knowing requires gaps. Gaps in knowledge, gaps in understanding, gaps in prediction. When you know everything about someone, when understanding is complete, when prediction is perfect, Gaps disappear, mystery dies, not knowing becomes knowing, and knowing kills desire. Complete understanding eliminates attraction. Perfect prediction destroys want. Safe relationship prioritizes knowing, works toward understanding, builds toward prediction, fills gaps systematically, eliminates mystery progressively, replaces unknown with known, every piece of information shared, every pattern revealed, every behavior made predictable, is gap filled, is mystery reduced, is unknown eliminated. This builds safety. You know what to expect. You understand patterns. You can predict responses. Knowing creates security. Understanding builds trust. Prediction establishes reliability. But simultaneously, this kills desire. Knowing removes attraction. Understanding eliminates want. Prediction destroys need. Desire requires risk. Risk means possibility of loss, possibility of rejection, possibility of pain, possibility of hurt. Possibility means outcome isn't guaranteed. When outcome is guaranteed, when loss is impossible, when rejection can't happen, when pain is prevented, when hurt is avoided, possibility disappears. Risk dies, uncertainty becomes certainty. And certainty kills desire. Guaranteed outcome eliminates attraction. Impossible loss destroys want. Safe relationship prioritizes preventing loss, avoiding rejection, eliminating pain, protecting from hurt, guaranteeing outcome. Every reassurance given, every commitment made, every promise established, is risk reduced, is possibility eliminated, is uncertainty replaced with certainty. This builds safety. You know you won't be rejected. You understand commitment is there. You can trust promises made. Knowing creates security. Commitment builds trust. Promises establish reliability. But simultaneously, this kills desire. Knowing removes attraction. Commitment eliminates want. Promises destroy need. Desire requires tension. Tension means gap between current and wanted. Distance between is and desired. Space between what you have and what you seek. When gap disappears, when distance closes, when space is eliminated, when current equals wanted, when is equals desired, when have equals seek, tension dissolves, gap is filled, distance is gone. And gone tension kills desire. Filled gap eliminates attraction. Closed distance destroys want. Safe relationship prioritizes closing gaps, reducing distance, eliminating space, making current match wanted, making as match desired, making have match seek. Every need met, every want satisfied, every desire fulfilled. Is gap closed? Is distance reduced? Is space eliminated? This builds safety. You know needs will be met. You understand wants will be satisfied. You can trust desires will be fulfilled. Knowing creates security. Satisfaction builds contentment. Fulfillment establishes peace, but simultaneously, this kills desire. Met needs remove attraction. Satisfied wants eliminate longing. Fulfilled desires destroy craving. Notice pattern, notice mechanism, notice process. Every element that creates safety simultaneously kills desire. Every condition that builds security eliminates attraction. Every factor that establishes reliability destroys want. This isn't bug, is feature. Isn't mistake, is inherent design. Isn't avoidable, is structural reality. Safety and desire are incompatible systems. Creating one destroys other. Building toward one eliminates other. Succeeding at one means failing at other. Most relationships don't understand this. Don't recognize incompatibility. Don't see structural conflict. They think safety and desire can coexist. Think security and attraction are compatible. Think reliability and want go together. So they work towards safety, believing desire will remain. Build security assuming attraction will persist. Create reliability, expecting want to continue. Then discover desire died, attraction faded, want disappeared, and don't understand why. Understanding why requires recognizing systems are incompatible. Building safety necessarily kills desire. Creating security inevitably eliminates attraction. This recognition is painful because means can't have both. Means must choose. means achieving one costs other. Most people don't want to choose, want both safety and desire, want both security and attraction, want both reliability and want. But wanting both doesn't make both possible. Desiring compatibility doesn't create compatibility. Wishing for coexistence doesn't enable coexistence. Reality is systems are incompatible. Achieving safety kills desire. Building security eliminates attraction. Why most long relationships have safety but no desire, have security but no attraction, have reliability but no want. Because relationships naturally progress toward safety, naturally build toward security, naturally develop toward reliability. This progression is normal, is expected, is what happens when two people become familiar, when patterns establish, when knowing increases, when certainty grows. Every day together adds knowing. Every interaction reveals patterns. Every experience increases familiarity. Every moment builds certainty. And knowing kills mystery. Patterns eliminate variation. Familiarity removes unknown. Certainty destroys uncertainty. All movement is towards safety and away from desire. All development is toward security and away from attraction. All progression is toward reliability and away from want. This isn't because people are doing relationships wrong, because this is what happens in relationship. Isn't because partners are failing, because this is natural progression. Natural progression kills desire. Normal development eliminates attraction. Expected evolution destroys want. Some people fight this, try to maintain desire while building safety, attempt to preserve attraction while creating security, work to keep want while establishing reliability. This requires deliberate effort, conscious intervention, intentional disruption of natural progression, requires maintaining mystery while sharing knowing, preserving risk while building trust, keeping tension while meeting needs, sustaining unknown while increasing familiarity. All of these are paradoxes, are contradictions, are attempts to make incompatible systems coexist, possible but difficult, achievable but requiring constant work, doable but exhausting. Most people can't maintain this, can't sustain contradictions, can't keep working against natural progression, so they relax into safety, settle into security, accept reliability, and accept that desire died, attraction faded, want disappeared. They call this maturity, call this realistic, call this natural, and in some sense it is. Is natural progression when prioritizing safety, is realistic outcome when choosing security, is mature acceptance when wanting reliability. But calling it mature doesn't make desire return. Calling it realistic doesn't restore attraction. Calling it natural doesn't bring back want. Desire is still dead. Attraction is still gone. Want is still absent. Some people accept this, decide safety is more valuable than desire, choose security over attraction, prefer reliability over want. This isn't wrong choice, is valid preference, is reasonable decision. Safety has value. Security provides benefits. Reliability offers advantages. Safe relationship is comfortable. Secure connection is stable. Reliable partnership is predictable. Comfortable has worth. Stable has meaning. Predictable has usefulness. But comfortable isn't exciting. Stable isn't thrilling. Predictable isn't arousing. And some people want exciting, want thrilling, want arousing, want desire, want attraction, want. For them, safety's benefits don't compensate for desire's loss. Security's advantages don't replace attraction's absence. Reliability's value doesn't substitute for want's disappearance. They miss desire, long for attraction, crave want. But having built safety, created security, established reliability, bringing back desire requires destroying safety. Restoring attraction requires eliminating security. Recovering want requires removing reliability, and destroying safety feels threatening. Eliminating security feels dangerous. Removing reliability feels scary. So they stay in safe relationship without desire, secure connection without attraction, reliable partnership without want, comfortable but not excited, stable but not thrilled, predictable but not aroused, and wonder why passion is gone, why chemistry disappeared, Why spark died. Chemistry is incompatible with safety. Passion can't coexist with security. Spark dies in reliability. Chemistry requires volatility. Passion needs intensity. Spark demands unpredictability. And volatility threatens safety. Intensity disrupts security. Unpredictability destroys reliability. Can't have chemistry and safety. Can't have passion and security. Can't have spark and reliability. This is why new relationships have chemistry, have passion, have spark. Because new relationships don't have safety yet, don't have security established, don't have reliability built. New relationship is unknown, is uncertain, is risky, is mysterious, is unpredictable, is unstable. An unknown creates desire. Uncertain generates attraction. Risky produces want. Mysterious maintains interest. Unpredictable sustains excitement. Unstable enables intensity. But over time, relationship becomes known, becomes certain, becomes safe, becomes familiar, becomes predictable, becomes stable. And known kills desire. Certain eliminates attraction. Safe destroys want. Familiar removes interest. Predictable ends excitement. Stable reduces intensity. Chemistry dies. Passion fades. Spark disappears. Not because people are wrong, because systems are incompatible. Not because relationship failed, because relationship succeeded at creating safety. Success at safety is death of desire. Achievement of security is elimination of attraction. Building reliability is destruction of want. This is why emotional safety kills desire. Why creating security eliminates attraction. Why establishing reliability destroys want. Not because safety is bad, because safety and desire can't coexist. Not because security is wrong, because security and attraction are incompatible. Not because reliability is failure, because reliability and want are opposed. Two systems, both valid, both valuable, both meaningful, but incompatible, antagonistic, mutually exclusive. Building one requires destroying other. Succeeding at one means failing at other. Having one means losing other. Understanding this doesn't solve problem, doesn't make systems compatible, doesn't enable having both. But understanding prevents confusion, prevents wondering why desire died, prevents questioning what went wrong. Nothing went wrong. Systems are incompatible. Achieving safety killed desire exactly as systems dictate. You built safety, you succeeded. And success at safety is death of desire. This is mechanical reality, is structural truth, is systemic fact. Not moral judgment, not personal failure, not relationship problem. Is incompatibility of systems, is opposition of requirements, is conflict of conditions. Why emotional safety kills desire. Why building security eliminates attraction. Why creating reliability destroys want. Because safety and desire are incompatible systems. And incompatible systems can't coexist.